You're listening to a Lost in the Groove segment.
Having good vibes with your bones and joints. Taking a trip into the groove. American groove into stoner world. Gonna
I don't even know how to put this lightly. Like, there's literally 30 days left of me being 24. And then I'll be 25. And who thinks about that ever? Like, why would that ever be a thought that would come to mind? And when that,
I don't know. I think people think about it.
but the fact that it was like that day, like just like the feeling of, wow, that's it.
I wish I'd have stayed in town longer, like for your birthday. But yeah,
it's all right. It's all right. It's okay. I'm gonna be drunk and fucked up and real stupid.
Remember, we were looking at going on a cruise ship. Come on.
Yeah, but when you're broke as fuck,
oh yeah,
a little hard to
absolutely
compensate for those kind of things. Yeah.
Yeah,
that was kind of a big issue, with the whole thing. Is we wanted to do it, but the money, it always comes down to that,
It sucks because there was a time when we could like plan things and like do them. And so like we still know how, but we can't like use we can plan the whole trip. We just can't go on it.
So it's kind of like this. It's where plane airline travel has gone up so tremendously. It is insane.
We're buying like $200 flights on Allegiant. We're like, that was a steal. Okay, we used to get like round trip for like $60 on Allegiant.
Yeah, and it was like also like $50 to Cancun from Miami. Now it's like $200.
Yeah, it's just useless. I know. People are good at complaining about everything rising because
make planes unsafe. Okay, we want cheaper flights. All right, fucking put in the bus terminal chairs that are plastic. Fucking put in that like laminated resin glossy floor. And call it a day.
I think it's just that all of the airlines and airports don't want to employ people as much as they used to. And so everybody's all, understaffed. There's not as many airplanes going. There's not as many pilots going. There's not as many, people working at the gates, letting the planes in and out. But then again, last time I was at the Denver airport, it seemed pretty freaking busy. Like there's something going on at every single gate. I mean, I wasn't exactly looking.
There's always something going on at every single gate. It's amazing that when you're in an airport, you're surrounded by
people going every which way.
Yeah, exactly.
I know. I remember when COVID broke out, the San Francisco airport was like one of the craziest places to be. And the people that are nannying for it had gone through that airport. And I was just thinking about that airport, what a freaking COVID hub it was at that moment. It was crazy.
Well,
I don't know. It's just scary to think of.
Well, if you think about it, an airport is a place where more people interact than pretty much anywhere else. So people from different places. So chances of spreading different things across other people, like via terminals, entrances, cafes, restaurants, escalators, elevators, it's a no-brainer. I mean, it's gonna happen.
It's just a big transition. I'm down in Venice, Florida at the moment.
You're in the safe part of the United States. Yeah, go on.
You think?
Oh, please, it is. Hello, baby. Welcome to the free land.
Venice, Florida. I feel like there's a tiny little airport. Seriously, less than a mile from me, itty bitty little tiny little private airport. Happens to be the airport that the terrorists learned to fly planes at.
Terrorists?
Yeah, the ones that hit the 9/11 towers. Yeah.
Well, so that area was responsible for the terrorist attacks.
They taught the terrorists how to fly planes. Anyone was able to sign up. I don't know if they do like background checks on those people or
Can you
whatever, but they used fake
being the
identities
person?
anyways. So
Can you imagine being the person that trained
yeah,
one of those terrorists, and like
it's
you
true.
see them going into the towers? Like,
And you're like, I taught them how to fly a plane.
yeah, you're the one that caused them to do that.
I mean, they would have found anybody
For
to
sure. I
teach
know.
them, you
But
know, but I'm
I
sure
get
that
that.
person that taught them
That's how
how
they
to fly the
feel.
plane is like, what the hell? You know? I would feel really, really stupid. Like, I would be like, how did I never catch this? Like, because
Yeah,
it's
for
like, how
sure.
long does it take to learn to fly? Like, you kind of got to like spend some time with those people, right? And it's like,
Right.
they kept it a secret. I mean, they probably teach all kinds of people how to fly from like other countries, you know, so it's like it doesn't really phase them.
It's just amazing and how like they were just so clever from start to finish. You know, like
Ugh.
that this it's like a
Is it clever
plan.
to kill yourself? I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
But go
That was
on. I just
that,
sorry. I'm also sorry that I brought up the terrorists.
no, no,
But
no,
go on.
no, 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 no. This
I
this
am
is the kind
sorry
of
about it.
this is kind of the thing I like to get in depth with, because try to picture this, okay? It's where not only do you convince these people to go out and do this treacherous act, but on top of that, kill themselves and a whole slew of passengers on a plane. Now, any single person would think that is, who would do that? Who in the right mind would take a plane and go directly into the Twin Towers? That kind of
Somebody
thinking
who thinks
before,
it's for the greater good.
right?
That's what they think.
But until 9/11, nothing like that had happened. Once
Not to
9
that, yeah, not to
level,
that level. As
but
far as I
once
know, not like that.
but like once 9/11 happened, it happened. Like it's the same kind of, now fast forward is like October 7th, or the Ukraine war. Like these insane genocides, this insane like tyranny. It's like, what the fuck?
I feel like
How?
the fact that human beings are like land bound, you know, like the fact that like gravity affects us, like we're not birds.
Elaborate.
This is just like one of the stoniest thoughts I've ever had. And it's a really old thought from like a really
Okay.
long time ago. But I was like kind of thinking about like what would make man invincible, you know, and
Lead.
I think what keeps us from just being absolutely like the most incredible beings of all time, which like we still might be, but is that we don't have wings. And if human beings could fly, the world would be like completely different. This is so stupid, but like what I'm trying to say is like that is what's happened, is that, and that's why people tried so hard to figure out aviation, is because that's where human beings become like beyond just human beings,
Oh
is
yeah,
when we learn how to fly.
you can
Like,
cross distances in a matter of hours
but I'm
compared
saying that it
to months
changes
and
us
days.
as a species. It
Well,
changes us, the fact that we figured out how to fly.
you bring up an excellent point, because if you look at like, for example, the stoned ape theory, where you have apes that consumed mushrooms, and because of how mushrooms interact with our brains, they cause our brains to become larger, and in many ways changed and morphed to eventually evolve to what we call modern day man. Now, if you applied this theory on other planets that were inhabited by life, let's just say you take aviation, for example, birds of prey, or something that can fly. and they had that experience and became highly intelligent just like human beings, that ability alone would make them the prime creature that controls every living thing on that planet because of that advantage. So you bring up an excellent point. Like, this could apply like on another place where they don't have to deal with that issue with using a metal box, with wings. That was Louis being Louis, because he's very cute and adorable, but he makes noise and scratches and goes "Roar, roar, roar." But anyway, going back
Everybody
to
thinks that, they're really quiet. Like, Louis has no idea that he's making as much noise as he's making and that it can be
no, I'm
heard as well as it's
I was
heard.
yeah.
I have a bar of Bath and Body Works cucumber melon. The cucumber melon is like a very 90s thing. I remember when I was in like 3rd grade, the cucumber melon was very popular. They now are having the 25th anniversary of cucumber melon, which
Okay.
really points out how old I am. I was
Okay.
probably a 10-year-old.
We are going to go back to that point that we were talking about before, but I love this segue into the cucumber
I
melon.
brought it with me on the episode to
Okay.
smell at random points.
All right.
Yeah, cucumber
Very
melon.
random, but I like this.
Have you
It's
smelled it?
scent. No,
It's like a staple of life. It's like
okay.
if you didn't smell it when you were 10, it's just not going to do the same thing for you now.
I see. So in order to pass this level of sensation, you must be of the age of 10 that have smelt this, and then be old enough to smell it
25
again.
years later.
Yeah, exactly 25. It has to be right 25 years.
Well, that's what this says. You see, it says the 25th anniversary.
I see. Okay, so it has to. All right, so this is the rule about the scented melon and cucumber, right?
It's
So
a cucumber
far,
melon from Bath and Body Works. The thing is like, there's no way that they got it exactly the same. Like, they tried really hard, but it's not exactly the same. So it's
okay. So
still
you
not
remember
gonna.
the smell 25 years ago? Wow, this is
They
nuts.
didn't get it 100% right. Like, I would say it's
Damn.
about like 87%. Like, I'm not even
Wow.
gonna give it 92. Like, it's like
Wow. Okay. All right. Like 80.
there's
There's a
something missing
there's
and there's something slightly different.
so you're missing like a good. Why are you saying like so 12% of it is not authentic?
Yeah, there's something missing here.
Hmm.
Well, because I just know that there's no way 25 years later they were able to get all the exact same ingredients and make it all exactly the
Oh
same as they
fuck
used to.
no! Half of
There's
those
no
ingredients
way.
are like banned. They're like non-used. They're toxic. They're like they fucking kill rats and little guinea pigs in the labs.
Plus, like,
Shit,
nobody
bro.
gave a shit about shea butter back then.
Oh my god, nobody gave a fuck about that shit. Like they marketed that crap up so high back in the day, and then like now everybody pays hand to the dollar to it. And does anybody even ask the question like, do you even know what you're purchasing? Do you even know what is in this? But
I mean, I appreciate
I
the
appreciate the smell.
almost cucumber melon. Like, it's, but I wanted it to be like 100% the same. I feel the same way about Victoria's Secret's Love Spell. But yes, the terrorists learn how to fly the planes right over there.
Okay, thought about thought about other species evolving, such as birds becoming like humans.
I feel like what really set the human race off is being able to travel by air. I mean, think about what it did for
So you
warfare.
don't believe in the stone ape theory?
Of course I do, but I'm saying
Oh,
this is
okay.
like another advancement on top of it is like that is what like really advanced humankind to another level. Like I said, like think about it with warfare. Like, think about what it was like, what our wars were like, and how they were.
All about the artist. That is the whole purpose of this podcast, period. And you have a really valuable tool. You can share this with artists, people that are creative, someone that can enjoy this podcast and really enjoy the experience of Lost in the Groove. So, with that, let's jump back to today's episode, shall we?
Fought and things like that before we had airplanes versus when we did. I mean, once we got the airplane, shit just went crazy.
Well,
You know,
believe it or
like,
not,
stuff can be snappy. Like, you can
the-
just fly a plane into something, murder a billion people, like, really fast. Over exaggerating, but you know.
The aviation industry actually shaped the automotive industry tremendously. A lot of things that we love and enjoy about cars today pays a lot of tribute to planes. You know, the interesting thing about like aviation and people don't realize is this is like 1900. Okay.
Mhm.
That is 120, almost 124, almost 123 years ago.
Yeah, that's like 5 times as old as cucumber melon here.
Okay. Point is, compare that to the birth of our alphabet, which was by the Phoenicians. That's like 5,000 years. Even
we
more.
haven't been able to fly very long, is what you're saying, like in relation to what humankind's been doing.
Correct. It's a very small period in our history where we've had this advancement.
I don't think people talk about that. But like it's a very new advancement.
Yeah, we're in the beginning frontier of the next dawn of human civilization. We're like at the very beginning.
Yeah.
Very, very beginning.
Like the age of America and the age of aviation are really not that drastically different. You know?
No, not very far. I mean, because think about it. When 1900, the U.S. was founded in 1776. So the U.S. celebrated their 100th birthday in 1876.
I kind of mean like our like modern day, like what America's like, not so much like your like colonial.
But
like
point being said, like America, aviation, like these are very new things. They haven't been around long enough.
Well, I feel like, planes were invented and somebody figured out how to turn them into murder weapons. You know, countries, wars, armies, terrorists, you know, I mean, like it's a big machine and they figured out just how to use it in the worst way possible. I don't know. I mean, I just like maybe we're supposed to be land bound. You think about it like that. But how nice is it that I get to just fly here? I didn't have to drive. You know, like there's a lot of people, they work. That's their job. You know, I mean, flight attendants, holy shit. Like people rely on it.
I got a story for you. Are you ready?
Yeah, I could hear
buckle up. All right, kids, buckle up.
Get my soap ready.
As you all know, I work in a brewery called Black Flamingo in Oakland Park. And one of the many benefits, sometimes we have slower days, so I get to interact with the wonderful customers that come in. And we had this wonderful bunch that came in from Maryland. A few of them are snowbirds. They have property down here in Florida, and they travel back and forth. So this wonderful gal, she is a flight attendant for Southwest. And she loved my personality. And she loved talking with me. And she's like, you should apply for Southwest as a flight attendant. And she's like, I would refer you, you know, and you should do it. And I'm like, are you serious? She's like, yeah, go for it. And the first thing that like we said at the same time was like, boy, people do not understand the job of a flight attendant. And she's like, oh my God, I know, right? They're not your personal servant on the plane. Actually, they're emergency officers that their job is to supervise and operate the plane while in the air and on land to make sure everything's safe. So, yeah, that's actually what a flight attendant's job is, really. And the side thing they do is do serve you. So,
Dude, I think you'd make a great flight attendant.
I think I
Like,
would.
there was some lady at the front of my plane that, like, did not stop asking questions. Like, how long is the flight? What time do you think we're gonna land? Is this what is this pilot? Blah, blah, blah. Where did you guys come from? Like, she just had like a billion freaking questions. I can't even think of what they all were. I was like, good God, this woman. And then when we landed, she like got it going again. And I was like, man, if I was that flight attendant, I'd be like, you know what? Can we have some quiet time? Like, I don't know. Some people, like, they just like keep the conversation going like way too much. Like, I'm like,
My
there's no
approach
way.
my approach would be, ma'am, our wonderful airlines has a incredible system. You can see here there's a touchscreen, and if you click this icon, you can see all of the info. It shows longitude, latitude, destination, arrival, and departure time for your flight. Now, if you have further safety questions and evaluations, there's a pamphlet. There's a pamphlet
I know.
in your seat pocket that you can read for further questions. Now, if you have any more questions, please do it when you leave the plane. Have a lovely flight.
Why would you not be a flight attendant? Like, what's your reasoning for being like, oh, hell no? I'll tell you mine if you tell me yours.
No, I don't have any actual reason of not doing it. Currently, I work as the chef in the kitchen.
You're like, I have a job. That's why.
But I go in the afternoons because we're primarily open in, dinner, evening times. And I'm open to different things, I want to experience and kind of like the perk of free flying.
Yeah,
Sounds
that would be
nice.
kind of cool.
What
Yeah,
about you?
I mean,
What about you? What about you? I want to hear.
I would not be a flight attendant.
Like, too hot? Too sexy? Too cold? Too bold? Too bouge?
Damn. I mean, I get claustrophobic on airplanes. Something about an airplane makes me really claustrophobic. I think it's because you can't go out the door. Like, I know that I can't leave. Like, once I get
Problem.
on that thing, I'm on it. And
Can't
there's
be
no going anywhere. Like, you're
can't be
trapped on
drug
that
tested.
freaking.
I can't be drug tested. So if they have drug testing, I'm out.
I mean,
I'm out. No, I'm out. Girl, I'm out.
I don't know if they do or not. Plus, like, there's ways to get around that shit.
I do have a medical card. So
I want one so bad. I'm so, like, disappointed because I thought like I could get to Florida and all my problems would be behind me.
don't be disappointed, honey. It is like a pain in the rear to get one out here.
It's
And
insane. I can't get one. That's
and
why I'm disappointed.
it's also insanely expensive. Like
Mhm.
their key on fucking weed in Florida is like $400 just entrance. But
Well, yeah, it's like when I was looking at it, like some are better than others, like the different stores. Some of the prices are better than others, but like they're really not. Well, some of them were pretty good. And some of them had like deals that were pretty decent. Like, man, there was one where you get like 60% off your first thing. I was
you
like,
have to be
damn.
careful with some of the brands out here in Florida, not going to mention any names, because a lot of their quality is very poor.
Yeah.
So you get very cheap quality, but the products are very weak. So you smoke it and it's like, eh. So again, we're not sponsored, but one of the best dispensaries out here in South Florida specifically, but I know they have locations throughout Florida, is Sunburn. Sunburn, I cannot emphasize this more. They got like deals $25 for a cartridge. Like this is $25. This is $35 and you get like 5, sometimes 7 is like $45. Like they got 14 grams for like $35. Like they got like insane deals on weed. Like you can just hognob like $200 and just walk out of there with a shitload of stuff.
That's great.
And it's good quality, but at a lower price. And the way that they're able to do this, which is really smart, is they do everything in Florida.
Yeah, and they source local. That's cool.
Everything. Every single piece is done locally.
That was cool. Yeah, I mean, things seem pretty limited around here, but that's okay.
Well, they have a sunbird near you. If you you want, when I come out, we can go check it out. It's real cool. It's real nice. It's real fun. It's real bouge, but at an affordable price. But all seriousness, though, like tying in like with flight attendant, like I don't know.
I get claustrophobic.
I
that's
feel
why
you.
I couldn't do it.
I
Also,
feel you.
like, this is like, it's stupid, but I feel like I would die. Like, I feel like
What?
I do. Like, okay, I don't know. I'm a big like probability person. And like I kind of think like, you know, like I'm just like raising my odds of dying like at a young age. And then my mind goes on to like, well, what type of like life insurance do they offer flight attendants? Like, do they get like some like bomb ass like life insurance policy or something because like they could actually die at their job?
Yeah, but then you risk the chance of somebody wanting to murder you for that life insurance policy.
Oh, that never works. If you murder somebody for life, they can always prove that it was
No.
murder.
Not necessarily. There have been cases where, well, depends
I'm
on how
just
they do
saying,
it.
nobody better murder me for my life insurance policy because it's going to be obvious that, you know, I was murdered. I don't know. Everybody knows I'm never going to kill myself anymore, you know? So, and unless somebody can like seriously make my death look like an accident, I just don't think it's going to happen. But anyways, do you think that flight attendants get really good life insurance policies or
So
something?
here's the deal, and this is what she told me. Like, flight attendants, specifically with not American airlines, but like airlines that are based here in the United States, they have a lot of great benefits. And they take really good care of their flight attendants. But it's like a grace period. So
Yeah,
the
like you
first,
don't get the benefits for quite some time.
you get some of the benefits, but it's like a 5-year period. So it's like 5 years for you to get fully allocated and adjusted and in there. Hey, throw on an outfit, honey. Give me a little cute little name tag, okay? And I will tell you right now, I will do the best job that but the thing is
Too
like
bad they don't make tips. You'd be making a lot of money.
I would be making a lot. Girl, put in my pants. Yeah.
Okay, back to the
Yeah.
insurance policy though. Like,
Yes.
if I don't have any dependents, who does all my money go to?
I mean, you would technically need an executive of state. I think somebody could call on to be the executive of state, and if nobody annuls it, you know, or says otherwise, they may accept it.
So you're gonna call after you kill me.
I mean,
you're gonna take all my money.
No. Well, maybe. Possibly. I don't know. It depends on the case.
No, I'd have to be a flight attendant for at least 5 years.
Wow. Okay. That'd be a long wait. You know, we thought like waiting at Wendy's was bad enough, you know? This is worse.
Dude, okay, I do have to say, like, waiting at the red lights at the intersections in Florida is like my dad was making some joke about how he can like feel himself getting older, like sitting there like waiting for the light to turn. But it's like I'm like sitting there and I'm like, okay, like this is, I'm waiting for the light to turn, like it's fine, it has been a while. And then eventually you just forget that you're sitting there waiting for the light to turn because it's been so long that you're now kind of like, yeah, like you've accepted that the light is not changing. And so it's just kind of like, okay, Like I'm just hanging out here. Like this is just where my car
Yeah.
is. Like I'm no longer actually trying to get anywhere. I'm really just trying to get through this intersection first before I go to. And it happens like a lot. Like I was like,
Oh yeah.
the hell's wrong with Florida? Like, and
Yeah,
their intersections, like they
to the
just wait
point
forever.
to the point I have witnessed these trucks that have just cars, loaded on them. The guy will get out of his truck like like the left light, to turn left, and do his inspection on the cars. Like come out with his checkboard and his list, and just like walk around, do his list, check all the cars. Of course, it's still red. Obviously, it's like red for like fucking 5 minutes, and he does like a full round, inspects like 7 to 10 cars. Okay, gets back in his truck thinking like, okay, he spent his time, he walked around this truck, right? Obviously the light is going to turn green. No, it didn't turn green for like another minute. Insane. It is literally insane.
It really is a long time, like
It
for
is.
the light to change. Like it's
Oh
just
my
like,
god.
whoa.
Oh my god.
Like, I don't know. It's time.
Just smoke a lot of weed. You don't even notice.
I know. If I lived down here, that's what would happen.
Oh
Like
my
for
God.
sure.
Floridians are like another level of drivers. Like
Yeah.
I'm saying we. No, I'm saying as
Ooh, we.
No, don't you
Ooh, I heard
don't
it.
you
I heard
fucking
it.
dare. No.
It has been a couple years.
To 2 years.
The royal we is okay. Yeah.
But it had driving down here, you become accustomed to when you see the yellow. It's like Fast and the Furious. It's like you like because like you know when it turns red, you're fucked.
You're sitting there forever. Like you're like, this is gonna add like an extra 7 minutes. Like no joke, an actual
God.
7 minutes to your drive time.
My God.
Like I've never experienced that in LA. Like it's always like 2 minutes the other way. Now 2 minutes this way.
LA is different,
like,
honey.
It's just like
you get
go
at the intersection. Okay,
Yeah.
you get fucking mauled over at the intersection of LA. Like you want to like make a turn. It's like you turn and it's like
yeah, it's really
car
special.
accident. It's just full on like car on car, bro. LA is insane.
There are certain things that I miss about it. Like
what?
The traffic
Name
part.
one.
Yeah, no,
that sucks.
the traffic part
It
sucks,
sucks.
but like my commute to work, I didn't have to be in the traffic because I had like lived there for so long that I had finally figured out how to have a job close to where I live. And I knew how important it was to like figure it out. And so my commute for the last couple years was like really, really bomb. Like I could get around like on side roads like very quickly. It was wonderful. So I kind of miss that.
You.
Yeah.
Lucky.
But I mean, it's the only time I've ever had that in my life, and I wanted it real bad. But I mean, like, I'll try to do that again, like with wherever I end up living. I'll try to live like close to my work again because it really is special. Like, and it really does like take a lot of stress off my life, like big time. Like it's insane. It was probably one of the best things in my life.
My job currently is 7.2 miles away from me, which is 22-minute drive.
That's so crazy that it's so many minutes. Like, and I know you get stuck in traffic like on your way home.
There's no highway. It's just local roads, side roads. And it's awesome. It's like you have to understand that for me, I went from a 29-mile drive 2 times. It just shook the whole table. And that was sometimes an hour to 45 minutes. Twice. To now, I'm just doing the 20 minutes to 19 minutes twice a day, which is awesome. I like literally, I have the whole morning and afternoon to myself. I can fucking jerk off, fucking piss, shit, do whatever I need to do. It's awesome. It's a life, girl.
No, I feel like it's really important. Yeah, I used to have the schedule where I had like my mornings off and then I would work in the evenings and it was really nice. Like I could like wake up, hang around my house, like make some breakfast, drink my coffee, check my emails, like wash my hair, like even eat like another meal before I go into work. It was bomb. It was really, really
Damn.
good. But then like I didn't make enough
Meals.
money, so I had to get a second job. Then I worked all morning and then I worked all night. All the fucking time.
I'm trying to avoid getting a second job right now, but I
Yeah.
will apply for the Southwest because
Damn. I don't
I don't know. I wanna see, my little name
I
tag.
think it'd be cool. Yeah. I think it'd be cool. Yeah. You gotta
I
fly to
think
Iowa, dude.
I definitely will be flying to Iowa. I'll be scared shitless, but I will definitely do it.
You're like, I
One
have an
thing
Iowa layover. I'll be like, hell yeah, I'm
I'll
taking
be
you
like,
out.
kill me, kill me, kill me, like
No, we'll have a
exclamation
good
point.
time, dude. I'll take you to cool places.
Oh my god.
There's
I'll be
some stuff. I'll take you somewhere.
I'll be like freezing my little booty off,
That'll be
you know.
fun. You get to see some snow and shit. But I mean,
Mhm.
it's not like that all year, and you're probably gonna fly to Iowa more than once. So who knows? Maybe you fly there in the summer or some shit.
I
But
I
yeah, I think it'd be cool if you applied for Southwest. Sorry, go on.
no, it's I like to be open to new things. I don't like to shut down like new possibilities or new chances. And I feel like you're the kind of the same way too. It's
Yeah,
you get one life. Okay, fuck, whatever, heaven, hell, layers. I don't care.
yeah.
You
Well,
got you got the one. Make it worth living.
yeah. I mean, I'm gonna do all kinds of cool shit in heaven.
Oh, are
Everything that
you?
I'm not allowed to do here.
Oh yeah, for sure. You mean like bang like 100 priest?
No, but I'm gonna own my own horse. I'm gonna go
Okay,
for
nice.
horse rides.
Oh, for a second I thought you said you would own your own whores, but then I realized you said horses. Okay. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna
I
own.
totally heard whores, but yeah.
I'm gonna go on horseback riding, and I'm gonna like
No hookers and strippers for sure.
I don't know. I'm just gonna like enjoy life, but in heaven.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's what I tell myself to like feel better because like my life is honestly kind of limited. Like, I mean, I get to do a lot of stuff and I've done a lot of things in my life, but like recently I've had to work within the like I said, we plan the trips but we can't go on them, but it's like recently I've had to work, within my means. So I haven't gotten to do the things that I want to do. Right now I'm down in Florida and like I didn't spend any money to get here. I'm here with my family.
I don't think it always comes down to like that dollar amount, right? Where there's always going to be those limitations. Yes, that is true, but those limitations, I feel that they're more temporary than they are permanent
Yeah. Yeah,
because they
yeah.
just can't be.
I know. Yeah, I think they are. I think that, for the next couple of years, I'm probably going to focus a lot on like working and then I might get back into like, adventure time.
And traveling and being bouge. Oh my
Yeah,
god, girl,
yeah.
you love those bouge moments. I don't
I
blame
love
you. They're so
booze, dude. I had such a good
just a
latte
touch.
today. My latte, like this
Was
woman,
was it like percentage wise? How bouge was this latte?
it was booze.
It was very bouge.
I would say like it was a good latte. It wasn't as good as that latte that oh man, I had a latte in Iowa and I got the latte, like it was just and I've gotten one there before. It's this place called the Scenic Route and they're in Des Moines, Iowa and they're in the East Village and my first latte I don't think that they had a latte when I went my first time. The espresso machine was broken. And I was
Okay.
like, what
Okay.
the
So
fuck?
when you say first time, do you mean first time as in like a month
No,
ago?
the very, very first time I ever went there, probably like, because it's right next to my chiropractor. So I just started going there because, like, I go to my chiropractor before work.
Hey, it's Dave, and I quickly just wanted to jump in and say if you've been enjoying the podcast and enjoying this episode, if you can leave us a review on Apple Podcasts, that'll be so greatly appreciated. Because here's the thing, someone might read that review and make the choice if they want to listen to the podcast. You get to help grow this podcast with us. How fucking cool is that? Let's jump back to today's episode.
And I want to get some coffee before work, and they're like right next to each other. So like I don't have to move my car to get coffee. I can just walk, get coffee, then get in my car and drive to work. It's amazing. So I went to this coffee shop and I want to get a latte because I can make myself coffee, but I don't have anything to make myself a latte. So when I go somewhere, I like to get something that I couldn't make. And
I
so
see the logic. Okay, yeah, go on.
I got plus like I like the lattes because they got the
For
milk
sure.
already like mixed into them.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But she was like, "Oh, our espresso machine's broken." And I was like, "Oh shit." And I was like, "Well, I guess I'll just get a coffee." But then the second time I went in, I was like, "Is your espresso machine broken?" And they were like, "No." And I was like, "Sweet." And they gave me this latte. And I like walked out and was like walking down the street and I like took a sip and I was like, "Whoa." Like I was like, "Whoa. Whoa." Like that is really good. That is really, really, really good. Like I was like, and I like sipped it again. I'm like, oh, wow. I haven't tasted anything like this in like a couple years. Like I was like, whoa, like this is as good as maybe some of the very best coffee shops I've ever gone to, like in the whole country. Like I was like,
Well,
holy shit, this latte
that's
came from Iowa? Like I was like, damn. Like, I mean, it tasted good. Like, it tasted so bouge. I could
you
not believe
you
it.
you had a coffee moment. You had like the full on buzz, just
It
like
was good.
bzzz.
Like, that latte, the foam, like, I was like, damn. And
That's
then
good.
today, my latte was really good. It wasn't as good as that Iowa latte.
Okay,
My theory is that the Iowans, they live in Iowa and they don't have like the best of everything? Like,
I
they're just
see.
Iowa. And so
Mm.
they want to aspire to make things as good as they can possibly be at anywhere, and they know that shit is better elsewhere. So their standard of what is good is like really, really high. So they're like working really, really hard to like make something really, really incredible, which is why I believe that this latte was so amazing. Is like they don't know how good they are. They're
When you
just
get your
trying really hard.
tush out here to South Florida, there's a coffee place you got to check out. They make really, really, really good lattes.
What's it called?
It's an excellent question. I would have to check Instagram.
The one that I
But
went to today was in Osprey.
what is Osprey? Is that the name of the place?
Osprey is like some city in Florida. City, town.
Okay, so it's like a small little town.
Yeah, Nokomis, Osprey.
Okay, all
Yeah.
right.
I it was called like Kana. Kawna. I don't know. I thought it was
Okay.
like
So this place is called Conscious Brew. They come out on the
mm,
weekends where where I work. It's just she makes the best, just literally the best coffees.
mm.
It's insane. Oh my
That's
god.
that's how I met that guy today. Is he owns like a little like coffee shop and he like makes coffee beans, and, like has them packaged.
Yeah, you
Um,
can roast your own beans. Like there are people that roast their own beans in house, and it's just
yeah, it's really cool.
oh my god, because you get to taste somebody's fucking creation. Like it's it's just it's another level of coffee experience. Like that's the thing about coffee is you want to make a good coffee. The best way to make coffee is when you make coffee, all right? And when you're really good at making a craft, somebody else that like that is what they do, that is what they hone to. God bless them. They make us worthwhile living.
They make living worthwhile. Yeah, I know. And I was just thinking that like coffee's a real good reason to stay alive. Like honestly,
Oh, for sure.
it's one of the things I do every single day that
Go
makes things
juice.
better. If I don't, I have a pretty tough day. I had a really good day today because of that latte. Like I felt a lot more energy. I feel like I'm more talkative. Like
We sound
I
like
don't know. I'm gonna
coffee
have to like
freaks.
get another latte tomorrow. Like, and there's really quite a difference that I see in myself when I get espresso as compared to just like a coffee.
Mm-hmm.
Like my body like really enjoys like a shot or two of espresso. Like I benefit from it insanely, like big time.
I don't blame you. I was gonna say, like, just talking about coffee and just the kill of the moment. You want to take a break?
What, are you trying to make coffee right now?
Well, I was gonna make a cup of coffee, and then we can do another little.
Well, yeah, but like we'd still have to finish up this episode. You
Oh
want
yeah, for sure. But we would make these motherfuckers wait another week to hear what we have to say.
Oh, you want to do a part 2?
Oh yeah. I'm a nasty.
I
prick.
feel like they used to do that around holiday time.